Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Tony with RcHelpDotCom, and today we're going to be working on this little X140. Now, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know that I have complained about this little dipole antenna. The problem is, this dipole antenna is directly soldered to this top board right here. That makes it unbelievably difficult to put any other kind of antenna on this quad. However, I want to put the Amway circular polarized or the Taro circular polarized. I want to put a circular polarized antenna on this quad so that I can get better reception than I can with this little POS dipole antenna. If you take a look at this clip right here, right as I fly behind the chicken coop, which is covered in chicken wire acting like a Faraday cage, the video signal almost completely goes out. If we put one of these circular polarized antennas on there, it should help that just a little bit. And the way we're going to do that, this right here is the antenna extension off of the Stack X. As those of you over on the forum know, me and the Stack X, well, we didn't get along. The Stack X, the board was kind of janky, and yeah, bad things were happening. So I'm going to part it out, and we're going to use this antenna to put on this quad. It has the hole already drilled in it for that end right there, so why not at least try it? But before we get started, I got to give a huge thanks to our Patreon members. Those guys are the reason we are able to keep doing all these videos. Without the support of Patreon, I'm not sure where RC Help would be right now. If you guys want to help out, right up here in the top right hand corner, click on that little card, come over, pledge $1 or $2, help us out, and help us create great videos like this. Without further ado, let's get this little wire on that even smaller board. Alright, first thing we got to do, we got to get this top plate off of here, and to do that, I'm going to be using these little guys. Now, I haven't used these in a video in a while, but this right here is the 7-piece set that you can get for 12 bucks. You can get them in red or kind of pinkish, or you can get them in blue or obviously black. You get a flat, a Phillips, you get 3 of these, and then you also get a couple of nut drivers with it. So let's go ahead and start tearing this thing apart. Alright, now that we've got the screws out of the top plate, now we need to take off this little zip tie, which I have already kind of pried off. Go ahead and lift this up. Now we need to unplug the receiver. As you can see, that's not a very big receiver. Now we can grab a hold of the camera mount, pull it out, and go ahead and unplug it. So as you can see, we got the dipole antenna that comes down, circles around, and then it solders directly to here. Right here's your outside ground or the shielding wire, and then right here is your center wire. That's exactly what we're going to try to replicate by putting this wire on there. Now, if I could get that piece unsoldered from the board, yes, I could just use that plug right there and just pop it down on there. Unfortunately, nothing can be that easy. Now, we are going to have to do some soldering with some very precise movements in here to keep from like burning wires and stuff. So if you're not comfortable with soldering, hit up a buddy and see if he'll do this for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start with this back piece, and then I'm going to go to the front piece, lifting up on this as I go. Go ahead, dab a little bit of solder on there. Go ahead and heat that up. Oh, that certainly wasn't as pretty as it could have been. But now I do want to get some fresh solder on here, but I want to try to wipe that excess off. And then what we'll do, we'll just set the solder down there, just kind of touch it, just to get a fresh little sheen on there. Something about like that. So now that we got the antenna off of here, now we can go ahead and move that out of the way, and now it's time to work on this little guy. First things first, we have to clip the end of it off. I really wish I could use that. So now we'll take an X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to kind of score it somewhere about right in here. Then I'm going to remove this outer sheath, and then I'm going to try to peel back this metal. Alright, so we got that on there. I'm just going to kind of push down and then just kind of roll it along there. As you can see, it does kind of score it. Then I should be able to pull that outside sheath off. And now comes the fun part of trying to unravel this stuff so that we can kind of ball it up into one single wire. Alright, as you can see, I did kind of ball it up, put it over here, and then twisted it together. So now what we got to do, we got to take our X-Acto knife and just cut the end of that off right there. Same deal as before. Kind of twist it around. You can see the little score mark in there. Pull that off. Didn't quite get that backside scored, so I'm going to have to kind of score it. And once you're done, that is what you're left with. It's like 3 wires. So now we get to tin these up. Alright, because these things are so small, I went ahead and tinned them off camera because, yeah, I would have been melting a bunch of stuff trying to solder this stuff on there on camera. And last but not least, we get to try to solder this thing on. Alright, that one didn't catch. So, we'll turn it around. We'll do it a different way. I stuck on there that time. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little more solder to that center wire as well. That way it'll kind of ball up on there like you can see there. Well, there you go, guys. Now I did have that little piece of wire coming out here. I went ahead, clipped it off, and then used a soldering iron to kind of push it back up there and help solidify the solder down here. As you can see here, got a pretty good little dollop of solder on that center wire. Pretty good dollop right there. It was coming over here and touching this pad. I don't know if this pad has the same continuity as this one. I haven't checked it, but I just wanted to be safe. One thing I am noticing is it is touching right there, just barely, so I'm going to try to break that apart. I think this pad, this one, and this one may be the same, and I think this one and this one may be the same. If so, I could have made this so much easier on myself. But as you guys were watching this, I was learning it as well. I have not tried this before. This is the first time I tried putting this antenna on here, and it seems to be a success. The only thing left now is to take it outside and do an FPV flight. Unfortunately, it's rainy, it's nasty, it's cold, and I'm not going to fly out in that. So that's where we're going to leave off on this one, and in the next video of this little quad, we're going to find out if the video reception has gotten any better. If you guys have done this mod to your little X140, you guys post in the comment section below and let me know how it went. Better yet, come on over to the forum, post up some pictures of your soldering job. I would love to see them. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Got to give a huge thanks to our patrons out there. If it wasn't for them, these videos would not be possible. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, post them down in the comment section below. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video.